Hey guys, we're going to start today on the layout of our haversack. We're going to start right here with our sketch, giving us the dimensions we're going to need. These are the 3 panels I'm going to need roughly. This is the front or the back side with the flap. My flap is going to come squared out. It's not going to be rounded like this, but it can be rounded like this. It all depends on how much effort you're willing to put in and the style you want your haversack in. This is the front side. Be sure not to cut the 2 panels out so that you don't have to re-sew it right there. Just fold it over and stitch the bottom and the side. This is the bottom. It's an optional piece. You can put it on the bottom. It's very difficult to sew on. I think I'm going to leave it off. But it gives you a little bit more room in the bag. And then we have our strap. And our strap's going to be folded over in thirds so that it overlaps underneath and gives us a nice clean edge on our shoulder. So the tools we're going to need. We're going to need a straight edge to make sure our lines are straight and where we want them to be. A square would work. Any kind of straight edge is going to work for this. I'm just using a level because it's what I have handy. We're going to need a colored pencil. I found a colored pencil works best on the fabric to make marks rather than a regular pencil or a marker. A marker, the lines stay and you can't wash them out. You're going to need some sort of clip. I'm using a potato chip clip to make potato chip bag clip to make sure that my edges stay together while I'm sewing them and getting it started. This is going to come in handy later. We're going to need scissors to cut it all out. We're going to need a fabric ruler to get our dimensions right. And we're going to need our sewing kit because this material does not like my sewing machine. And we're going to need something underneath the fabric when we go to start sewing to protect our work surface. So those are the tools we're going to need. Let's get to the layout. Alright guys, so in order to get a 16-inch bag, we need to measure out 34 inches because 16 is the back, another 16 is the front, and then I need an inch on either side to sew them together. So we're going to mark here at 34, and then we're going to measure up 17 because we need the inch at the bottom. Now we're going to come off of this edge down to here. A square would be great, but I don't have one right now. Draw the line. Draw a straight line. Alright. Now this 16-inch mark up here, giving us a line across, is only going to get us to the top of the bag. It does not get us the flap. Measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once. And because it's fabric, it likes to move. Now we got our line. Out of the way, sewing kit. Move up the table a little bit. Connect the dots. Okay, and that gives us just the bag. If I fold this in half and sew along this seam and sew along the bottom, I have a bag. I don't have a flap to cover it. So now I need to move all this down, and I need to measure up. I want a 6-inch flap, and I want it to weigh more than just a single sheet of canvas, so I'm going to double it. So 6 and 6 is 12, plus an inch to give me room to sew it together is 13. Uh-oh, unlucky 13. Some people might find 13 lucky, but I don't. Oh wait, I don't need to come over 34 inches. I need to come over 16. Beautiful shot of the back of my head by my wife, who's doing a wonderful job camera. If not, she's fired. Measure twice, cut once. How far did I measure over there? 16. And 16. I can see a dot. Line and line. There we go. And that creates our flap. And now we need a super long piece for our strap, which I might have to cut out after I cut this out. So I'm going to cut off this hem right here, get it out of the way because it's a pain in the butt to sew, and I've been measuring everything off the inside of that. flap over, and you want it folded over like this, because when you fold it inside out, then this face ends up on the inside. Okay? And I'll show you guys that in the next part. We need to cut out the strap. And then I think that's going to be it for today. Let's set this aside, lay out our strap. Alright guys, so our strap is only going to be 3 inches wide. But because I have to cut this edge, and then if you cut this edge, you need to hem it over. So I'm just going to make my strap 9 inches, and then fold it over in thirds, and that gives me a nice cushy strap to carry. So I'm going to mark it here at 9, this end. Then we're going to measure down 56 inches and mark it at the other end. Now this is going to take a second because I don't have a table big enough. Okay, so we had to find a new side, and it took both of us to lay it out. But here we are, 9 inches wide by 56 inches long. And because our table wasn't long enough, this made it difficult. So we came in and made a halfway point so that we could make sure our line stayed straight. Okay. Now we're going to cut it out.
1.
Alright guys, we're all cut out. In the next episode, we're going to start folding it and stitching it together. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to see how yours is going if you're following along with me. I'd like to see what you're making yours out of and what's yours look like. If you made yours fancy. No, Tat! Not the level. Mama will kill us. Okay. So, before the tot destroys the rest of the house, I'm going to go and we'll sew this together in the next episode. See you then.